The Firebird, a creature of legend whose feathers spark both fortune and disaster in equal measure. For centuries, its fiery plumage has been the subject of dreams and curses alike. No one knows where it came from, nor who first glimpsed its blazing wings. But once seen, it could never be forgotten. It was a cold winter night when a humble hunter named Eric stumbled upon the Firebird. He had been tracking the wild game for days, his spirit worn thin by the bitter winds. But as he trudged through the snow, something caught his eye, glowing, faint but undeniable. A flash of gold amidst the pale trees, a flicker like a distant star on the ground. He followed it, drawn as if by some force beyond his understanding. There, in the heart of the forest, the Firebird stood. Its feathers burned like living flames, casting an ethereal glow across the snow. Eric's breath caught in his chest. The bird's gaze met his, eyes like molten lava, filled with ancient wisdom and deep sorrow. And then, in a whisper carried by the wind, it spoke. "Take one feather, and your life will change forever." Eric hesitated. His entire life had been one of struggle. This was his chance. With trembling hands, he reached out and plucked a single golden feather. The Firebird let out a soft cry, as though in warning. But it was too late. Eric now held the source of his fate. Days turned to weeks, and the world around Eric shifted. He was no longer the same humble hunter. Riches poured into his life from every direction. Lands, jewels, gold, his every wish fulfilled. He was the wealthiest man in the kingdom, the envy of all who crossed his path. But with each passing day, something darker began to grow inside him. The riches felt empty. People whispered about his cruelty, his insatiable greed. Soon, the gifts that once seemed like blessings turned to burdens. The lands he owned grew barren, crops withered, and the people who had once adored him began to turn away. The feather, now a symbol of his greed, had begun to burn with an intensity that scorched everything around him. Eric, realizing the curse that had taken root in his heart, sought the Firebird once more. He traveled back into the depths of the forest, his heart heavy with regret. There, among the snow-covered trees, he found the bird again, its fiery feathers now dimmed with age and sorrow. The Firebird spoke once more. "You took from me, and now you must give back." And with that, Eric, now a broken man, understood. The price of fortune was never meant to be paid in gold. The Firebird's feather had given him everything, and in return it had taken everything from him. The riches, the power, the fame, none of it mattered now. Only the lesson remained. If you ever cross paths with the Firebird, remember this: the cost of its gifts is far greater than the treasure it gives. Take only what you need and leave the rest behind. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below.